Hi, I'm Kevin Eikenberry, and I'm here to help you reach your potential as a leader and a human being. Welcome to Remarkable TV and the Remarkable Leadership Podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. Today I'm talking about a personal look at the Great Resignation. Are you ready? Let's get started. The Great Resignation. It's been talked about in all of the media, mostly as a macroeconomic concept, what it's doing to organizations, what's causing it, and all of those sorts of things. Well, I want to talk about it today more as a microeconomic concept, really more as a personal concept. The question might be, and was asked by all of the folks that were pontificating about it around the Great Resignation, is why did people resign? Well, I'm going to give you a simple and non-political answer. People resigned. The Great Resignation started simply because people weren't finding what they wanted from their work or career. And perhaps there were things that gave them chances to think about that and make a new choice. You see, I don't know your situation. I don't know if you resigned or not, or are still thinking about it. And maybe you love your work and would never leave what you're doing. Or maybe you're a leader looking for a clue about all of that. Regardless of where you are or who you are, let's take a little bit of a personal look at the Great Resignation. Specifically, I have 3 questions for you to think about. First, what do you love about your work? What are the things about your work or the work that you do or where you work that you love? Second, where can I find more of that? Where can I find more of that? How can I find more of that? Is it where I'm at or not? Oftentimes people say, I don't like it, I'm leaving, rather than saying, what is it that I really want? And then seeing if it can be found where I'm at before I go. I'm not saying we shouldn't move or leave. I just want you to think about these questions regardless of your situation. And then third is, what are your priorities related to life and work? It's a really good question. You see, if you will ask those 3 questions, which I think fundamentally are at the heart of why we had or have a Great Resignation, if we ask ourselves those questions proactively, we'll put ourselves in a better position to be happy, healthy, and successful in our work wherever it happens to be. Now, if you're a leader, there are some things to think about here too. You should think about them for those questions for yourself, but beyond that, I would encourage you to ask your people those questions. Right? Like, don't you want people who are happy and fulfilled in their work? Wouldn't it be valuable if you helped them think about those questions? And how might you be seen as their leader if you encourage them to ask those questions? Secondly, invite them to share their answers with you. Now, they don't have to, of course, but if you're encouraging them to ask those questions, maybe by watching this video, and then say, hey, I would love to know what you're thinking here, because the third point for you as a leader is that you can offer to help them find those things. If you can get people to think about those things, and then you know what they are, you might be in a position to help them get them, whether it's working with you on your team, somewhere else in your organization, or somewhere else. It's the right thing to do. It's the right way for us to think about the Great Resignation as an opportunity to think about work. Because you see, ultimately, the value of the Great Resignation for individuals might not be in resigning at all, but in the greater clarity and perspective that comes to you by asking the questions and understanding what work means to you and how it fits into your life. Let me close with today's tweet. The Great Resignation matters to everyone, even if you love your job and don't plan to resign. Time spent thinking about what you want from your work will always be valuable and never go out of style. Well, speaking of going out of style, this episode will have a shelf life. There'll be a time far in the future where no one will be thinking about the Great Resignation, and while these questions will always be valuable, this topic might not be quite as timely. But if you're looking for timely information about work and the future of work, I encourage you to subscribe to our Future of Work newsletter, which will always have our latest thinking and current thoughts and ideas and actions to take to help you succeed in work today and in the future. You can get all the information about that right here, wherever you are and however you're watching or listening. And I hope you'll subscribe and come back next week for another episode of the Remarkable Leadership Podcast and Remarkable TV.